first just overall impressions of free throws by them and rebounding.
The difference in the game of 14. Second quarter, I think we gave them 24 free throws. Hard to win like that.
Top would just make fouls percentage problem tonight?
I don't know, I want to look at the film. But, you know, we have to adjust to how the game's being called. Because sometimes it's going to be tight, sometimes not as tight. But we can't keep repeating the same. If they're calling it that way, then we have to adjust.
What happened at the start of overtime? We get that 8-point advantage.
You know, again, we got off to a slow start. You know, take a look at the film.
Tom, what's your level of concern with RJ? I think he's 36 for 114 his last 7 games.
Just keep working at it. You know, got to trust the process of working your way through things. You know, get in the gym, put in the extra work. You know, that's all you can do.
Is there a point though where you want to scale back how many shots he's taking if this continues?
Nah, you know, like and again, the same thing. Like, it was a hard game for us to adjust to, and we didn't adjust the way we could have or should have. So, on a lot of the drives, I thought in the first half he was looking to draw fouls instead of like just attack the rim. Put the onus on the officials to make the calls. They don't, you know, because we weren't getting any of those. You know, so you get some easy buckets. You know, it's different. But you know, it's again the same thing. You know, we're scoring plenty of points. It's, you know, our defense and the foolish stuff is like you can't keep fouling. And Hart had 19 rebounds. You know, you can't do up for a body on him. We knew that going into the game. You know, Simons kept ripping the ball through. Said, okay, maybe he gets you once. It shouldn't be 2, 3, 4 times.
Coach, you mentioned Hart's big game, Simons. When you Grant, when you look at that box score, what bothers you the most?
The free throws, the big thing. We had the lead, and then, you know, because we stopping the clock and we took the rhythm out of the game, and you know, like, you can't do that. Yeah, you know, we have to be disciplined.
How can you guys be more cognizant of Josh Hart, specifically on the offensive glass? He had 6 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
How can you be more cognizant?
Yeah, that's what he does. He's probably the best rebounding guard in the league. You know, so when the ball goes up, if you stand and stare, that's going to be a problem. You know, if you turn and check, and there's got to be a physicality to it. He's got a great nose for the ball. He anticipates well, strong. You know, we knew that would be a challenge.
So when you guys are switching like you were tonight, how does that affect those offensive boards? Is it just whoever's on him has to?
Yeah. So you got a man. You know, so we put a body on him. If your guy's getting back, we put 2 bodies on him. You know, just get in there, get in the fray.
RJ struggling at the rim. That was just him foul hunting.
You know, again, I want to look at the shots before, but it seemed like some seemed like he got hit on. Others, like if you're looking for the contact, and they're not going to give you that unless you attack the rim. Like if we're fading away from the basket, we're not going to get the call. But if we're attacking the rim, you tend to get those calls. So again, before I comment further, I want to see all the drives and see exactly what transpired.
Mitch fouled out tonight. His fouls are way up this year from what they were the last couple when he really got him down. Is that a rhythm thing? Is there anything in there that concerns you?
Yeah, it's been choppy, you know, like time off, coming back. You know, same thing. You know, like we talk about verticality all the time. So they see your hands coming down, they're gonna call it.
Tom, was attention to detail, do you think, lacked tonight?
I'm sorry?
Do you think attention to detail? I feel like on the West Coast, especially the wins, you guys were doing the little things well. Was that missing tonight?
Yeah, you know, like what happens in one game doesn't carry over to the next. You got to win each game. You got to prepare, understand what goes into winning each day. There's no shortcuts to this. And then, you got to know your opponent well, and then you also got to factor in, okay, how's this game being? Is it a physical game? Is it a game that's being called tight? How's it being? And then we have to adjust, and we didn't adjust. You know, like 51 free throws. I can't recall someone getting 28 in the game.
The end of regulation, 2 questions. The challenge, was it just like, hey, I have a challenge, might as well use it kind of thing?
Yeah, you know, like I just didn't like understand, like, with the people behind the bench thought it was something we should challenge. They looked at it. I looked at the one up on the screen, the scoreboard, so.
And then, for instance, last shot, he made something similar a couple seconds earlier. So it's just what you're looking for.
Yeah. Open floor, and penetrate, and paint.
All right, thanks, Tibbs.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy us, and coming on.